Hi guys, so today I'm going to do a review, and this one is more everyday. This is a TED Talk review I'm going to do on Simone Ross. She's going to give her feedback on black is a black woman safe for working from home. Um, at the end of her talk, I would give my feedback. So let's listen. Okay.
I think black women are safer working remote. It was 2012. I was brand new in my journey to the C-suite. I remember getting dressed one morning. I put on my favorite bright orange dress with bright orange matching lipstick, of course. I slid into my stilettos. I zhuzhed my natural curls. I looked good. But did I look like a C-suite executive? Well, I didn't think that I did. I didn't see anybody around that table, really at any point, that had my characteristics. So I had to fix this, because I was going to be late that day. So the first thing that I had to fix were these natural curls. So I wrangled them and I slicked them back into a bun, because remember, it was 2012. And so the Crown Act, which is a critical piece of legislation, this legislation prohibits race-based discrimination for hair. This didn't pass in Colorado until 2020. And in the year 2023, the Crown Act is only in 23 states in America. So these curls, they went back into a bun. Well, and then I looked at the dress, the bright orange dress. I had to change into a dark suit. No one was in the C-suite wearing a bright orange dress. In that moment, I decided that the best kind of visibility was invisibility. Now, I kept the orange lipstick. I also kept the stilettos, because for God's sakes, I had to keep something that was me. And every single day, women look in the mirror. They think about what they say that day. They think what they're going to wear, and they just say what I said. For God's sakes, going to work today, I've got to keep something that is me. Because we have to shed so many pieces of our authentic selves, our very identities. And we do this because it keeps us safe. It shields us from the microaggressions. It shields us from the comments. It shields us from the negative reaction that we get for just being us. You see, it's deeper than hair. It's far more complex than attire. This is about our very safety to authentically contribute every single day in work. Black women have the highest participation rate in the labor force of any group of women. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics, in February of 2020, pre-pandemic, Black women's participation rate was 63.9%. Black women have rebounded. In June of 2023, our participation in the workforce is 62.9%. But let me share this statistic with you. 1 in 4 in the C-suite are women. And 1 in 16 C-suite positions are occupied by women of color. What the heck is going on? Well, women have gone on a journey of reclamation of identity, of reclamation of authentic self. We've gone on a journey of love and self-care. However, corporate systems have not taken that journey with us. In fact, they continue to recruit for and incentivize these status quo old archetypes of what a leader is. These archetypes are like the great man theory. That's where leadership is suited towards men. Archetypes like command and control. This has its context in the military, where one man is at the helm, or the heroic leadership theory. This is a romanticized leadership model where a charismatic leader leads us to our goals and our mission and helps us find our truth. Usually, a man. Well, just as that day in 2012, I didn't see myself as a C-suite executive, the C-suite didn't see me, and sometimes still doesn't see me, my authentic self, as a C-suite.
And it still would not happen. I think it still will not happen. Believe me. She's right. It's not going to happen. We black women would be safer working remotely.
We gotta flip this. We gotta turn this all around. It is time to be authentic as leaders at every intersection of identity. It's time to adopt the agreements of authentic leadership engagement. Know thyself, see thyself, and be thyself. The authentic leader that knows thyself possesses radical self-awareness. You understand your origin story. You understand those characteristics, the good, the bad, and the ugly that make you you. You do the work. You explore your lens. What's informing your lens? You know your bias. Those leaders that know thyself, they are then able to start with ground rules when engaging with other people. They're then able to coalition in true, real, and authentic ways. To know thyself is to know your triggers, to check your ego, and to know when to let others lead, because maybe it's just not the right time for you to take that seat.
It's true.
To see thyself, this is where it gets a little sticky. Leaders who see thyself, you ask yourself questions like, who am I? What am I? How am I showing up? But then you possess the vulnerability to take it just a step further. And you ask others if your idea of yourself is congruent with what you think. They might tell you no. Uh-oh. That means you have to go back to the drawing board to figure out if the leader that you are presenting is the leader that you actually are. Once you are able to see thyself, you then can see others. You're more flexible in your leadership style. You are able to build relationships with people that you've never been able to build relationships because you know your superpower. You also know what your superpower isn't. The leader that adopts be thyself, you are the personification of your values. You are the personification of your lived experiences. You walk into the room every single day, not shedding those things because you recognize through knowing thyself and seeing thyself, you recognize that that is an asset. And you bring it to everything you do. Leaders that are themselves, the feedback loop looks completely different. The feedback is about how we can work together and help one another. We're now collaborating in different ways. We're co-creating. Our visions are coming to life. Know thyself, see thyself, be thyself. I said it once, I'm going to say it again. I think black women are safer working from home. Honestly, I think anybody that is not status quo and can't come to work their authentic selves every single day, I think that they are safer working remote. As leaders, it's up to us to create the safety for people to come to work their authentic selves. And if we don't lean in, if we do not do this, if we do not start immediately, we are going to continue to miss out on the talent and gifts that authenticity brings.
Okay, she definitely has a point. I'm sorry to raise my voice like that. That is where my authenticity comes in. Okay, don't get frightened. Okay, my white folks, don't get frightened. Okay, so Simone has a great point. Um, the leadership has to accept black women, black, uh, the workforce as is. I mean, not as is. There are rules and guidelines for how a person dressed to come to work. Um, there are, yeah, rules and guidelines. Everyone has to follow. But a black woman, she draws a point. Black women naturally love to wear their hair natural, and curly. We love to wear our clothes, authentic. We have a way of dressing which is not like any other culturally different. So accepting us for who we are, once we don't wear stripper wear, or showing our cleavage, or dressing in a way where we're scantily dressed to come to work, then I see it as not being a problem. However, we do get, working in a corporate environment, you do get looked upon a lot, and criticized a lot, and asked a lot of questions. So if leadership is not ready to prepare, um, corporate for our authenticity, then we are safer working remotely. And I would have to agree with her stance. Um, we get judged for our fashion, expression of style, our hair, how we wear our hair, our characteristics. The Krong Act, that is the one she drew a special, she paid attention to, the Krong Act. You know, we get chastised for a lot of stuff, you know, even me from the Caribbean, how I speak, it's highly criticized. You know, I could bring stories, but my story is not one that I want to really talk about. I'm just here to do a reaction video on Simone's TED Talk, and I think it's I have to applaud her bringing this discussion. It is needed, and I think I haven't started yet. I was fired from my job, and I have not gone into that working from home yet. and it's something that I'm considering. But uh, this discussion is it was a very interesting one, and I want to say thank you. Who God bless, no man curse. Guys, take care. Bye.